So let's get straight into it. So first things first, my daughter, she's 7 years old. And the last year and a half, she's been playing basketball. So I've been her trainer. I've been training her 3-4 times out the week. And so I've been heavily invested into women's basketball. I've always played basketball myself, but I'll be lying to you guys to say that I was as invested in women's basketball as I was in, men's basketball. That's just something I grew up playing and watching, and I never really, I caught a couple Sparks games growing up, but I never really was invested. And so like the last year and a half, I've been tuning in. I've been, just watching players, sitting my daughter down, having her study certain players, especially Angel Reese, the Caitlin Clarks, just the players that she could look up to, the Jujus, just players that she can look at a woman play basketball and kind of take from. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely been somebody that's been sitting her down and making her do homework and study the game, because that's the only way you can get better. So now I'm in it. Now I kind of understand, because my wife used to hoop, and she used to always, her war cry was, women don't get their just due when it comes to basketball. The inequality of the difference between the NBA and the WNBA. She used to always be like, they don't get the pay, they don't get the respect. And so now that I've been invested and I've been seeing what's been going on, it's definitely night and day. And so this video is to bring awareness, because my homie, shout out to the homie Nate, he sent me, because he know I be in tune now, so he sent me these ticket sales for the Indiana and Sparks game, the Indiana Fever and Sparks. And so when you look at these prices, you like, yikes, like this is crazy. But me understanding business, I see two perspectives from this. I see, first things first, okay, supply and demand, right? They got Caitlin Clark, somebody who has a lot of notoriety right now, somebody who's basically, she has a lot of eyes on her, and she's bringing, I can't lie, we can't act like, since, she's been, the last 2 or 3 years since she's been playing, women's basketball has been getting a bigger look. And they chose her to put the media around it and use her as promotion. And so when you see those ticket sales, definitely that reflects that, But what I will say is this: by next year, in the amount of women's basketball, how it's grown in the last 2 or 3 years, these numbers should reflect their payment. You know what I'm saying? They should reflect their salary, their yearly salary, in my opinion, because the average WNBA player gets roughly around 80,000, I believe. If I'm wrong, I don't know. That y'all got to quote me on this type of stuff, because I looked it up and I've seen some numbers that I couldn't believe, but the average roughly is between 60 to 80, right? And you think to yourself, like, damn, like, that's crazy, because if you look at it like this, like, imagine you play for the Sparks in a city like Los Angeles, where we know the cost of living is crazy. So if you don't have no endorsements or no other endeavors, you getting paid 80,000, that's like blasphemy, you know what I'm saying? And me having a daughter that, I don't want her to, we don't really talk about money at this point, because I want her to have the love for the game and grow the love for the game. But me just being a parent and just understanding like the balance of an NBA salary versus a WNBA salary is like crazy. And that's a conversation that we're going to have when she gets a little older, because now at this point it's all about branding. Like if you don't have a brand while you're building, or while you're working towards getting to this goal of the WNBA, how are you going to make a living off your craft? And a lot of times, I think now we understand that's a part of it. But imagine all the other women who came before and paved the way before these young ladies now, who didn't really have that understanding. And it's a great conversation. I think more of us, YouTubers and bloggers or whoever need to, just talk about it more awareness, because more awareness is going to cause more pressure on these owners to pay more. Because, in my mind, I think the minimum should be $250,000 at the minimum, and that's just right now. I feel like between the next 2 years, 2 to 5 years, that minimum should start now at $250,000, but I think it should go bump all the way up to $500K. Like the minimum player ideally should be making $500K, and the top player that's, like your LeBrons or whoever you would look at, your LeBrons or your Stephs of the WNBA, they should be making at least 3 to 5 mil. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it is business. It's supply and demand. You have to build the numbers around that to be able to pay that. But I believe right now, they making enough money to pay these players way more, but they're just not, because it's old ways. It's an old way of how they've been doing it, and they haven't changed. They just haven't changed it up. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, that's just something that I wanted to talk about, because when I seen these prices, I'm like, damn, well, we don't know if the seats is filling up, but I'm pretty sure that somebody's buying these tickets. I don't know if everybody's buying them for these prices. Let's look at these prices again, but I'm pretty sure that the demand has grown. We see it. And then another thing I wanted to bring up too is that, and please comment, because I just don't have an understanding. I'm just trying to get an understanding. How does Angel Reese and I think her name is Cordova, how do they both have national championships, but yet they not really getting no type of look? Like, I'm not seeing them getting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Caitlin's getting all the look right now. You feel me? And I'm not knocking that, because Caitlin, she did what she had to do she did what she had to do, man. She definitely brought a lot of light. But how do you have two winners on the same team and they not really getting as much exposure? They not really getting as many brand deals. And that was just wild to me, because I grew up, when you're a winner, you the one that's supposed to get the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, I don't know, man. I don't want to go in depth. I'm going to let y'all comment and let me break that one down. But I'm just saying that I always grew up, like, when Michael Jordan won a championship, that's when everybody came, because they're like, he's a winner. I don't see how you have two winners on the same team and they not getting as much looks as, So there you have it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your post notifications. And yeah, I'm here for this one. I'm here for the dialogue. I'm trying to, because like I said, I've only been invested the last year and a half. So if you have more knowledge than me, I'm definitely gonna be reading the comments and just getting more understanding of what we could do to make this community, just a better community. Because once again, I have a daughter. She hoops, and I'm training her, and this is something that she's passionate about. I asked her, does she want to be good or does she want to be great? She told me she wanted to be great. So I said, with greatness comes a lot of sacrifice. And so we on the journey. We are part of the community, and we here to grow the community. And whatever, dialogue we can have to cause more awareness, to cause more pressure on these owners to pay more, we got to start doing that. And so, like I said, hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. Sheesh. We out.